there, this is Dolopo, and today I'm just going to talk really briefly about my work as a licensed acupuncturist. And this is especially for my current patients and for any potential patients, but especially with the ones that I'm working right now. I've decided to make this video because there are some things that I just want to touch base on that's already been described in my other videos. I believe this is my 128th video. I've done my best to be very thorough in my accountability video for my non-fertility clients, and I think I've done at least 17 fertility videos. What makes my practice work really well is, and when I say really well, that really means how do I get positive results? How do I get the women who carry babies to full term? How do I help people graduate from pain and suffering? So this video is going to be a synopsis. I know sometimes we can get overwhelmed with too much data, but I do know that there are some people who really do enjoy understanding how the process works prior to coming in, and perhaps even during the process, so that you have a clear understanding. I do my best to be very thorough during our initial consultation, but everyone's busy, and we don't always have time to go over the paperwork, or we don't remember everything that was shared. Even I do my best to write things down and not give too much data, just enough for people to understand how can I achieve results with Chinese medicine, especially at Elements in Harmony with Dolopo. I do keep reiterating how long I've been in practice, because hopefully by my number of years as a seasoned practitioner now, it can convey, my words can convey, okay, this is what I'm seeing, what works. And this is also what I see, what doesn't work. So, for example, if this is non-fertility related, if you go under once a week, pretty much don't expect too much. Okay, especially for chronic issues. A lot of people come here for chronic issues. I love treating headaches and migraines, all types of autoimmune issues, patients undergoing chemotherapy, radiation, people with lupus, MS, patients with neck pain, digestive issues. So, this is especially for people suffering physically, emotionally, mentally. If you go under once a week, don't really expect real, long-term results. I specialize in helping people graduate from pain and suffering, or at least having them experience significant improvement. Significant improvement is 80 to 99% improvement. If a person has been living with chronic neck pain and they can feel 30, 50, 80+% improvement within 2 to 6 weeks, that's usually enough for people to say, okay, this is worth coming in for, this is worth the money, this is worth my time, and I'm getting results, and oh my gosh, my knee feels better, my neck feels better, I'm sleeping better, I don't feel so much anxiety, my stress level feels better, my energy feels a lot better, I'm sleeping 6-8+ hours a night, and I feel refreshed. Those kinds of results. So those people are coming in at least once a week. In the in the very beginning, those first 2 to 6 weeks, I really love treating people 2 or more times a week, because we get the results faster. If I tell someone I want to see 80% improvement in 6 to 12 months, that can be way too far in advance, way too far ahead to even think for a person to digest. Oh, I gotta wait 6 to 12 months, half a year to a year to achieve results. So when I can convey to people, hey, if you want to get 30, 50, 80+% improvement in those first 2 to 6 weeks, then please come 2 or more times a week. So if you're going under once a week, please expect very minimal. If you're going once a week, then be very patient. We can still achieve results. Just plan to see 30, 80+% improvement 30, 50, 80+% improvement in 2 to 6 months. So if you want to see results in 2 to 6 weeks, 2 more times a week. If you want to, if it's not in your budget, if it's not in your time frame to come see me 2 or more times a week, and if you could only come once a week in the first 2 to 6 weeks, you may not receive those same kind of results as someone being more aggressive. So please be very patient, and I want to see at least 30, 50, 80% improvement in 2 to 6, 2 to 6 months. That's a long time. So, the more frequent the treatments, the shorter the time span to see results, the further apart the treatments are, then please be very patient. And I'm talking about sustained results. That's basically anytime I receive information from people, whether they call me or they email me or they send me information on my app. If you contact me through my website, or some people might send me a private text, that's the same question. Can you treat this issue, Anna? How long is this going to take? How much do you charge? And am I going to heal? Am I going to achieve 100% success rate? So 100% success. Those are typically the questions, and then we really discuss that privately. Now, if you're coming in for hormonal issues, especially women, for regarding your cycles, I won't go too much into it, but I really want to see 30, 50, 80+% improvement in 2 to 6 cycles. So 3 to 6 cycles, ideally. I want to, cycle being hopefully 28 to 32 days, your cycles. I don't want to go too much into that, but that's typically, I don't expect 80 to 90% improvement in 1 month of treatment. That can happen, but usually I want to see sustainable results. And if I'm seeing great results in those first 3 to 6 cycles, and ideally that would be months. Some women's cycles are like 75 days. So that's not a month. Those are, 2.5 months. So, when it comes to women's health, that's a different realm. When it comes to fertility, in many of my videos I explain 6 to 12 cycles if you have no medical issues from your OBGYN. If you do have, and I break this down on my website, if you do have some medical issues, I may be asking for 12 to 18 cycles. Again, a cycle can be around 30 days, or some women's cycle may be like once or twice a year. That's a serious issue, because just like you want to have a bowel movement at least once a day, you want to urinate a few times a day, you should be having your period once a month. That's the God-given way of how we should be having our, our monthly, our periods. So if there is a, 2 or more miscarriages, if there's something that I see in your medical record, in your medical history that may really indicate some serious fertility issues, I may be asking for 2 to 3 years. So this is, I think, my first video where I'm really giving a synopsis of what to expect in one video. I'm not separating the fertility. I'm not separating the menstrual issues. I'm not separating the non-fertility, non-hormonal stuff. I'm kind of giving it all together. The gist of this video is doing Chinese medicine can be so powerful. You see my website or other people's websites, and it's like, wow, Chinese medicine is so powerful. I want to do it. But oftentimes people don't know what it takes to achieve dynamic results. And if you are my fertility clients, at this phase in my life, being a little older and having had children and seeing great results and also seeing failed attempts, I do request that you text me every day, even if it's a simple text telling me you did like 5 minutes of Qigong. And you may think, gosh, that's a lot, 5 minutes of Qigong, and just shooting me a text saying I did my Qigong. And I really go into that in the private pages with the daily activities and stuff like that. But I say 5 minutes a day will change your life forever. If you think being a mother is really easy, 5 minutes is the bare minimum. So I really go into that. I have no problem referring people out because I know what it takes. I don't like to see women go through miscarriages. I don't like to see women go through failed IUI or IVF. I really do enjoy seeing women find out that they're pregnant and follow through with the treatment protocols throughout their pregnancy so that they can have a full-term healthy pregnancy so that they can deliver a healthy, happy baby. There are protocols that I've put in place over the last 22 years of practice because I want to set people up for success. My protocols are designed, whether they're fertility or non-fertility related, they're designed to set you up for success. They're designed for us to be successful together. And when we win, it's amazing. Oh, my neck feels amazing. My headache's gone. And I love to hear those. The ones that are not so fun are the miscarriages, or the IVF didn't work, or the IUI didn't work, or I got my period again, or I don't know, my anxiety keeps coming back, or this depression doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. And so these protocols that I've put for in the accountability video, what to expect from working with me, and all the other stuff that I've really set in place for successful fertility and all that, they're there for a reason, because your success is our success, and systems do work. Systems do work. Systems work in my life for other things. System works for my students that I teach. Systems work. And no, when it comes to medicine, especially Chinese medicine, nothing is ever totally predictable. And I never wanted to seem like I have a 100% success rate, and if you just do this, this will happen. But there's a higher success rate. That's what I see. There's a higher success rate. And I notice that when I don't do certain things and I don't follow particular protocols, I'm not, I don't set myself up for success, and I don't win, and I don't get what I wanted. So I have to go back to the basics and be like, okay, this is what's asked of me, so I'm going to do it. I'm giving each and every one of you 100% of me, 100%. And I want you to feel that I'm on your side, that I put on my website an amazing OBGYN. I put on my website a fantastic midwife. I put on my website a tremendous pediatrician. And I have other referrals that I send out. I may be the only practitioner here, but I'm not a one-woman team. I have different types of healers and doctors and therapists that I work with so that we are this, team on your side. But just, writing down a few goals, that does help. Doing 5+ minutes of Qigong, that does help. Writing down the goals and eating, changing little changes in your eating habits. Exercise, sleeping a little early, doing little things like wearing your blue light blocking glasses. Even like I'm following the Dr. Jennifer Broad, this tremendous OBGYN. After 22 years of practice, I'm in my doctorate, and she's on my website. And she refers to people. I greatly admire her. She refers out all the time. I feel like I found my counterpart in the Western medical world. And she even recommends, blue light blocking glasses. And she refers to different types of practitioners, other types of doctors, people in Western medicine, and also in the alternative medicine world. So, it's really important to understand that there's definitely more than one way to do things. And I just want all of you to know that the protocols that I've set in place are designed to help you win. So with that, I really hope that you take heed on some of the advice. Just 5 minutes a day will change your life forever in a positive way. I'm sharing this with my non-fertility clients, but I'm especially sending this out to my fertility clients, because I know all too well the battles that go on inside of you day in and day out. And just minor changes like going to sleep and putting your phone on airplane mode or turning it off, less screen time, maybe not wearing a smartwatch. It's you don't have to buy into these things, but these are just little things that I don't believe I'm the only practitioner saying these things. I mean, I want to approach things as much as possible. If you want to know why I share that, there's a video on my website from an actual scientist that shares that. Drinking more green juice that's organic and healthy, listening to other types of providers, whether they're naturopath doctors, medical doctors, or we typically tend to say the same stuff, just we're talking in different languages. So I think this video is long enough. I think you get the gist. I want what's best for you. I want open dialogue. I really want to listen to you. Feel free to communicate with me anytime. Private text through my app, through my website, on AcuSimple, through my electromedical records, through email, whatever is easy for you. I have made my practice very, very accommodating so that you can communicate with me as easily as what's convenient for you. So please visit my website at elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And also, if you go to my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. And there's my most recent video is basically a little homage to my 22 years of practice. 22, 33, 44, 11. Those are lucky numbers in Chinese medical, especially in Asian cultures, but especially as a Chinese medical practitioner. I'm so grateful to have come this far. And so there's a video there if you'd like to see some of the work that I've done for the last couple of decades that might be of interest to you. Please watch, like, and subscribe, and share if you find it very, very valuable. All right, I hope this video was valuable. I hope that I shared with you things that could be very, very helpful. And I don't expect all of you to be here 2 or more times a week. Just know that what to expect if you go under once a week, or 2 or more times a week, what to expect for a woman who's having hormonal issues, how many cycles, what you should be expecting in so many cycles, and for fertility clients, what to expect if you come 6 to 12 cycles, 12 to 18 cycles, or 2 to 3 years, where you fall into that. Alrighty, so thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.